am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. People, welcome to the big show. Yes, this is live coverage of the live stream of the watch along of the Diamond League, but we have the track and field guru who will be on. He is Pioneer, and a whole host of others will be here with him. Pioneer, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Manins. Good afternoon to the viewers. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. We are here for the Lausanne Diamond League. As you all know, the Olympic Games in Paris are behind us. And now we are on to what we consider to be the rest of the track season, and some people might consider it to be the best of the track season. 5 Diamond Leagues remain, Manins, starting, and this is post-Olympics, starting today with Lausanne. On the 25th, which is Sunday, we have the Silesia Diamond League, and that's in Poland. Then we move on to Rome next week on the 30th, and Zurich is on the 5th of September. And we'll close out with the Diamond League finals, 2-day Diamond League finals in Brussels, and that will be on the 13th and 14th of September.
All right, but before we get into all of the schedule and thing, Pioneer, you know that we have to big up all the people who are watching the platform. All right, some of you have not made a comment yet. Big up the people in the comment section early with the CC Sports Lab, right? So again, 3 things, people. We always want to encourage you to do this from early out. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Pioneer will have Chris Lynch and Roger Murdoch and a couple others on watching and talking about this as well. Which is, like I said, CC is asking questions already in the comment section. I'm going to throw you over to Pioneer, and he's going to give you the schedule and what is to come, some of the athletes and all of that. And then I'll be back with you in like 10 or so minutes.
All right. Yeah, I hear CC questions. I'm not seeing the questions here, no, man. Bring up the questions on the. So, who's leading in the Diamond League so far? In which event? CC, those who's leading the Diamond League so far? you get the feeling that the Diamond League format has changed over time. So the pre-major championship meets normally don't determine a lot. These are the meets now where people will be jostling for places, and dependent on your points, then you will qualify for the Diamond League final, where you will run for your actual placement in the Diamond League. So the Diamond League final, that is going to be in Brussels on the 13th and 14th of September. People are jostling for qualifications now to the Diamond League finals, and then that will determine the placement of who wins the Diamond League. So what these post-Olympic meets are a chance for athletes to get a chance to make it into the Diamond League final. So that is why they are of keen interest. And in the Lausanne Diamond League that's on today, there's a stellar lineup. There's a whole lot of events that are on, and there are a lot of Olympic champions that are we're gonna be seeing participating in this Diamond League. Kicks off in another 20 minutes, and that will be about 1 o'clock Jamaica time. First race event on the cards today will be the men's 400 meters, and we'll be seeing a stellar lineup in that event also. We don't have the Olympic gold medalist, but we do have the Olympic silver medalist, the Olympic bronze medalist, as well as a stellar field made up by some good American athletes. So lots to look forward to, people, on the Lausanne Diamond League. Taking it through the schedule a little bit, but a few interesting items of note here in terms of happenings in track and field. Michael Garden is asking if Tia run yet. No, Michael Garden. The Diamond League program hasn't actually started yet. And Michael, we'll have Tia participating in the women's 100 meter, which will be much later on the program. But we'll have a lot of events. The schedule hasn't started. Maybe the pre-meet events, because as you know, the Diamond League has a lot of pre-meet event, but the television broadcast hasn't. So CC asked, why aren't clubs promoted in Diamond League, for example, racers? Yeah, CC, we get that. We get that in terms of persons will identify the clubs that these athletes are from. But however, it's more a country. As you know, athletes more represent their countries than clubs. What you are putting up, CC, might just be food for thought, might be just be something for the organizers. We know of Michael Johnson bringing in his track league come next year. We might see clubs being highlighted a little bit more on those events than we are seeing currently now. But on the program today in the Diamond League, we'll have the men's 400 meters. We'll have the women's long jump, and those are Diamond League events. We'll also have a non-Diamond League men's 800 meters. We'll have the women's 100 meters hurdles, stellar lineup there also, including some Jamaicans. We also have the men's 1500 meter, the men's javelin, the women's 100 meter, where we'll see the likes of Tia Clayton, the women's 3000 meters, not the steeplechase, the women's 3000 meter. Then we'll have the men's 110 hurdles, where we'll have some Jamaican participation also in that. We'll have the women's 800 meters. We'll have the women's 400 meter hurdles, another stellar lineup. We'll have the men's 200 meters, also a stellar lineup. So lots of exciting events on the Lausanne Diamond League. But as I said, we have a packed schedule at Diamond League from now until the end of the track season. From now, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have 5 Diamond Leagues on, and lots of interesting rematches, lots of clashes, lots of revenge races. Persons who thought they might have done less than their best at the Olympic Games, they will be trying to revenge the losses that they have. CC's asking, I think this would elevate the sport, where track clubs lift a trophy, represented the best track club in the world. Food for thought, CC. However, as we know, athletics is done on a country by country basis for the most part. What you're suggesting might just be something that the organizers will be looking forward to, and those who are trying to develop and promote the sport of track and field, they might just, for future references, institute a club competition of sorts. So let's see our progress. Of note, saw an interview by no less alike than Racers head coach Glenn Mills. He was on Sportsmax, and on the Sportsmax broadcast, he was referencing some events at the Olympic Games. He was giving his thoughts and some of what transpired at the Olympic Games. He was also giving some feedback on one of his charges, Oblique Seville to be specific. So regarding the Olympic Games, of note, we heard Mr. Mills saying that Jamaica needs to go the route of some of the other countries in terms of getting involved in relay camps, relay squads, to include some of the lesser like relay runners, which is for those who follow track and field, and for those who follow me, for example, on radio or here on I Am Sure Sports. This is something that I personally have been advocating for the longest time. The inclusion of relay squads as a part of our national track and field program. Compensation might be needed for some of these participants in terms of some of these athletes participating in these relay squads, and that would incentivize coaches and athletes to get involved in these relay squads. It can only go well. We saw at the Olympic Games some of the lesser liked countries, for example Canada, who showed that the consistency of having athletes running together can pay dividends and can be truly rewarding. They actually won the men's 4x1 at the Olympic Games, and kudos to them. You get the feeling that some of their big guns weren't in prime form this year. However, because of the cohesion in their squad, it led to them winning the 4x100 meter relay. Mr. Mills also spoke about Oblique Seville, spoke of him picking up an injury during the Olympics between the semifinals and the finals. He decided that he would run 9.91 to get 8 in the final. Somewhat disappointing. There was also a question posed to Mr. Mills as to having Oblique run in more Diamond League meets, something that I personally have been suggesting for him in the past. He said that all of that will be dependent on him getting fit and healthy for the rest of the season, and we could just see him running a few races in Europe. Of interest, all of the remaining Diamond League meets are going to be in Europe within close proximity. That should be good for the athletes. Not a lot of traveling to do. So for those who are based in Europe over the summer, it should go well for them. So hoping that we can see Oblique fit and healthy, so we can see him in a couple of Diamond League meets. I think that would help to kind of toughen him up, or to boost his confidence for him going forward. Still a very young athlete, only 23 years old. Still, if he remains healthy, still have a lot of track and field left in him. But after this being his 4th major championship, we get the feeling that we'd love to see him, getting on the podium with regularity nowadays. And I think him running in Europe, facing these top dogs every week in, week out, should go well for him, and should have him feeling a lot more comfortable. There was also the question of him seeing a sports psychologist again, to which Mr. Mills said that in his estimation, he doesn't think that Oblique needs a sports psychologist. He spoke of him being a very mentally tough athlete. I think the verdict is still out on that. If you ask me, I would even dare to disagree with Mr. Mills in that regard. I think him seeing a sports psychologist could only, be beneficial to his career and to his going forward. So let's see. CC Sports Lab is saying like a track club championships, similar to how boys and girls champs, in that we have schools versus schools and crown a champion. So, CC, that might not be what that would mean. It would mean that some of the bigger track clubs would probably, and then the question now would be asked, CC, how inclusive are we going to be with the events in terms of are we going to be including field events in these track meets? And there are many. For example, Jamaica, we are a track nation, whilst we have some of the clubs that say MVP and racers who might specialize in track athletes, a few field eventers in some of these clubs. But then, it will be very interesting how we could how such a championship, club championship would be shaped, CC. As I said, it's food for thought. It is something to consider in the future. But as it stands right now, we are stuck with track and field being a country by country sport, and that's how the participations are now. And then we have the Diamond Leagues, which are not contested on a club basis, but more individual athlete versus athlete, even though the countries from which these athletes come are still referred. So it's food for thought, CC. It could be something that maybe the organizers of track and field would be looking forward to in the future. But as it stands right now, we don't have that being a part of track and field presently. All right, so as I said, very interesting events on track at the Lausanne Diamond League today. The first Jamaican that we're going to have up will be Lamar Destin, and she will be in the women's high jump, and that jumps off at 110. Very, very stellar field there. We have all four ladies who are on the podium, and I said four ladies on the podium because we had a tie for the bronze medal position. Four ladies representing two countries. We had Mara Chich from Ukraine winning the gold. Ollie Slagers from Australia who won the silver, and there was a tie for the bronze medal between Peterson and Gervenchenko. Peterson from Australia and Gervenchenko from Ukraine. So strong field. Destin expressed some amount of disappointment in not making the Olympic finals. So she will have a chance of some reprieve here. Let's see what she can do in this Diamond League. We have joining us at this time no less alike than the man himself, Junior Garvey from the Black Star, the Balling with Black Star channel. Garvey, welcome forward to I Am Sure Sports again, my brethren. For those who remember, we were here with Garvey on the Olympic Games. He provided some invaluable analysis for us, and we're looking forward to having him again for the Diamond League series. Garvey, welcome forward, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. To be honest, thank you people for having me. I'm kind of out of the loop in terms of the Jamaicans down to compete today. If you can give me a quick run through on that.
Okay, we keep you updated. We have Jamaican participation. I just mentioned Destin in the women's high jump. Of note, in the men's long jump, we have all three Jamaican men who will be taking on the Olympic champion, Tentangalu. That should be of great interest. Also, in the women's 100 meters hurdles, we have a couple of Jamaicans there participating also. We have Daniel Williams and Akira Nugent, who will be seeking, some amount of revenge. The Olympic champion Masai Russell is not a part of the Diamond League. She has ended her season. However, we have Jasmine Camacho Quinn. We have people like Samba Mayela. Stella Field will be on show. Jasmine Camacho Quinn, as you remember, Garvey was a bronze medal winner at the Olympic Games. Samba Mayela from France won the silver medal. And
Yes.
they will be part of the field. Also in the field will be Grace Stark from the US. You remember her from the Olympics also. Also Alicia Johnson, who is a very, very, very good hurdler. Of note, Garvey, every woman in this field today would have run a time lower than 10.4 or 10.4 or low as a PB. And the slowest season's best in this field today is actually our own Daniel Williams, who ran 12.46 as her season best. But a very, very stellar field and show, Garvey. You get the feeling that the Jamaicans will be wanting a little bit of revenge. Also, in the women's 100 meters, we have Tia Clayton, who will be going up against Dina Asha Smith, Marie Jose Talou, Majinga Kambunje from Switzerland, Daryl Nita, and Tamari Davis. None of the medalists from the Olympic Games are included in this field. We're not seeing Shakara Richardson or Melissa Jeffersons or the St. Lucian Olympic champion in this one. Other Jamaican participants, Garvey, let me go down the list of who and who we have. We also have some Jamaican interests in the women's 400 hurdles. We have 3 Jamaican ladies here. They will be battling with the likes of Femke Bull. We have Jenny Russell. We have Rochelle Clayton, who would have been disappointed from the Olympic Games. We also have Anjanette Knight, who we also saw in the 400 meters, 4x400 meters hurdles at the 4x4 relays at the Olympic Games. We also have Femke Bull. We also have Shamir Little, amongst some of the names, Garvey, among some of the bigger names. So we have Jamaican interest there also. And let me give you the other Jamaicans that will be participating. We also have in the 110 hurdles, we have Rashid Broadbell, who got the bronze medal at the Olympic Games. We also have Hansa Parchment, who was in the finals, and they will be battling Grant Holloway and Daniel Roberts, who were actually the gold and silver medalists from the Olympic Games. Another stellar lineup here, Garvey, to include people like Sasha Zoya from France. So stellar lineup in both hurdles events, Garvey, and in the 4 hurdles also. So that about wraps up our Jamaican participation. Let me see. I think we have earlier there was some. Let me see. This would have been that was Destin. I mentioned Destin earlier, but that wraps up the Jamaican participation, Garvey. So, give me your thoughts on what we might see from some of these athletes.
Well, I would be most interested to see how the youngsters bounce back. People like Akira, Tia, that the disappointment of their last race in the Olympics and how they handle coming back. That will be very interesting to look at.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I thought Tia would have been hurt, so obviously that injury wasn't anything that the coach thought was too serious for them to shut her down. So if she's fit enough, then I'm interested to see how she handles this race right here. Even though it's a one-off race, it's a total different setting from a championship setting,
Yeah, but we're sitting on this stage. You get this is her, and thank you for the correction. Like I see somebody saying 12.4, not 10.4. Sorry, and that's for the 100-meter hurdle. Definitely, Garvey. This is gonna be her introduction to the big leagues, so to speak. You get the feeling that even in terms of exposure as a youth athlete, her sister Tina, who would have won the World Juniors, have a little bit more exposure in terms of world events. Tia would have been a part of the 4x1 in the junior circuit, but not much experience in terms of running on this level at the Olympics or the Diamond League. So I think her inclusion in the Diamond League, and I think she's also booked for Rome next week. These races, Garvey, should give her some amount of comfort with running on a big stage. So very much looking forward to see how she'll go here. So definitely for people like Akira Nugent, somewhat disappointing, some amount of disappointment from the Olympic Games. She came into the Olympic Games with one of the best times of the year. Also would have fancied herself as a possible medalist, but to have kind of hit a few hurdles early in the race and to have finished. As a matter of fact, she did not finish the race. She actually ran on the outside. To have not finished at the Olympics, as you stated, would be really disappointing for her. And it's going to be very interesting to see how she will bounce back in her first race post-Olympic Games.
Yeah, definitely. I worry about stuff like those.
Definitely. But and that is why we encourage coaches, Garvey, to, send your athletes out on the circuit, because it can only go well, especially for these younger athletes. They get the experience, they get the soak of the environment and the atmosphere of competing at a high level against high quality opponents. And
I think that cost Kishane the gold medal. I honestly think if Kishane had run at least 2 races on the Diamond League earlier in the season and shot him up a little bit, I think he would have won just for that experience of being out there on the big stage. They need a little bit more.
Definitely. Talking about Kishane, we are going to see him on Sunday running in the Diamond Leagues in Poland. And again, we are going to see him in Rome. So yes, the coach seeing the need, Garvey, for exactly what we are talking about.
And let me say something about Kishane Pioneer. There's some people in Jamaica who are laying out this school of thought that he failed at the Olympics. Kishane did not fail. He won an Olympic silver medal. Yes, I know we are disappointed because we thought that he was the preemptive favorite for the gold. We understand that, and based on the semi-final run. But when you look at the inexperience of this young man, that he's never worn the yellow the yellow vest at any level.
Here we go.
This is his first time wearing it. You understand? And being on that big stage, your introduction to the big stages at the Olympics, you coming home with a silver, I think it bodes well for him. It's a different situation where if he had gone into it like Asafa in 2004, going into the final, everybody expected Asafa to medal. And I think by not medaling, it mentally did something to Asafa.
And to contrast both athletes, Garvey, we saw Asafa running a lot on the Diamond League circuit before he went to the Olympics.
Because he had just beaten the guys in London when he ran 991 in London and beat Maurice Greenham. So that's why people thought he would have at least medaled in 2004.
Definitely. I don't know if you have a live feed, Garvey. You have a live feed in front of you?
No, I'm not where the live feed is at.
All right. So right now on track, we have the men's 400 meter. Very, very good lineup. We have Hudson Smith from Great Britain who won the silver medal. We also have Samunga from Zambia who got the bronze medal. We can remember that race from the Olympic Games where 5 men.
Yeah, that was an incredible 400.
5 men went under 44 seconds. I think that was the first. It might have been the first in history. They had 2 men running 43 seconds and not medaling any at all in this race. And a good lineup today. Also, we have this. We have the silver medalist and the bronze medalist from the Olympics. We also have 2 men who ran on that US 4x4 team that did exceptionally well in Vernon Norwood and Bryce Deadman, and they're also included. So a very, very, very good lineup. Also have Dobson from UK who ran on their 4x4 team along with Spitz and Kebinathi from Botswana, who is another sub-45 runner. So let's see. Hudson Smith has been in great form all season, Garvey, as you know. Came up a little bit short.
After the semi-final as the favorite for the goal, but he came up a little bit short.
Yeah, man. Great run by Quincy Watt to deny him on the line there. Quincy Watt, as you remember, coming from way off the pace, about 5th, to run down the entire field. And
when you said a couple of weeks that you don't trust the United States results at this Olympics, boy, if that race epitomizes it in my mind.
There you go. I've known though, Garvey, a lot of these athletes that we saw do well at the Olympic Games have chosen to end their seasons early.
Yeah. Well, understandable.
Kind of find that curious a little bit, but kind of understandable, as I said. But let's see how system it will go. You get the feeling that he will be wanting to lay down a marker here. Still, I think that defeat might have left somewhat of a sour taste in his mouth. So let's see. He runs out of lane. And they're off. Hudson Smith off to a good start. Even break, they are going up the back stretch as this at this time. Hudson Smith making his move at the 200-meter mark. Being tracked by Dobson and Norwood. Coming into the straightaways. Hudson Smith who takes them into the home stretch. Hudson Smith takes them into the home stretch. He's under a little bit of pressure from the Zambian on the outside, but Hudson Smith holds on for the victory. 43.96. Excellent time, Garvey. The great form of Hudson Smith, and he wins over Samun Kango from Zimbabwe. So similar to the Olympic Games in terms of the finish. Hudson Smith prevailing in an excellent time of 43.96. So his great form continues. Botswana and Kenny Batishipi runs a season's best and gets third place. But excellent running from Matthew Hudson Smith from Great Britain, showing that his good form continues throughout the season. Great standard of 400-meter running, Garvey. You get the feeling that 400-meter running in the world has taken another step. And
I noticed that all the one-lap events, had incredible times.
Both hurdles and the flat four, for real, Garvey. We're getting some amazing time. This is Zambian, Garvey, what we're seeing. Newcomer on the block.
So how old is he? How old is the Zambian?
I'm pull up and see if I can find some information on him. Give me a second. But excellent running. Excellent running.
Zambian's supposed to be like 20 years old, isn't he?
Should be a young fella. Let me pull up some info on him, Garvey. But good to see African 400-meter running coming to the fore. So pulling up his information here. Let me see. Trying to find a Wikipedia page for you. But let me see.
Is there any races scheduled for the 400 hurdles like next week?
Yeah, man. Which one? The women or men?
No, the men. Roshan. I'm thinking.
Yeah, man. There are a couple. All right. So later on in the program, I'll give you that. I think in Silesia on Sunday. I think we're gonna have the 4 hurdles being featured on Sunday. And if my memory serves me right, I looked at that program. Roy Benjamin has ended his season. However, War Home will be running, and so will the Brazilian, the Santos. And this
is the last year of War Home and Santos beating Clark, Pioneer.
Let's say the youngsters are coming to the fore, Garvey, and even the 400 meter, you get the feeling, as you said, that these events are evolving. They are getting great talent in these events, unlike in the past where we know we'd only get for example, the hurdles. Normally, it's an event that would
for me. What is sad for me is that some of the Jamaicans that I saw at the Under-20 World Championship 2 years ago, they haven't come through, like young Kennedy in the 400. What happened to him?
Haven't heard much of Kennedy in recent times. But in the next couple of years, Gav, we could see some of these athletes coming to the fore. So let's not give up on a couple of them. Clark people like Clark and Malik James King, we're seeing them matriculating.
Yeah, I'm expecting Watson to come back next year strong in the
Watson
400.
should be back for the World Championship. He's the World Champion. He will have an automatic bye. You get the feeling now that people like Jail Hyde might have seen their best days and will be moving out for the ranks to make way for the youngsters. We also in the shot put, Gavi, I didn't mention her. We have Danielle Thomas Dodd participating, Jamaican interest there. In the women's shot put, she's presently lying in 4th in the shot put. So we'll see that event.
You
is
know,
still
Pioneer, as I spoke about young Watson earlier, you know, it shows you the difference in winning a world championship gold medal and winning an Olympic gold medal, because as great as this exploit was last year, with him missing the Olympics this year, it's almost like him off the map, off the grid. You know what I mean? Nobody's talking about him. And
Definitely.
it was the other way around and he had won the Olympic gold medal, it would have had so much more impact. That's why I better pray to God, say, him not fall into this thing like Elaine, but on the other way around, where he's fit for world championships and then him not fit for the Olympics.
But still a very young man, Gavi. We just hope for the best for him.
What about him in the 200? What do you think, Pioneer?
I think that would be a great thing for him. I think that would give him. I think he has a range. He has a range from 1 to 4.
What is PB at the time in the 2?
I think he's 20 point middle. You know, let me see. Antonio Watson.
He hasn't
broken 20 yet, but Antonio Watson. But I think he's
a good 200 runner.
I think his range is great. On screen right now, we're seeing a men's 800 meters, a non-diamond league event too, but very, very, very good lineup. We have the gold and silver medalists from the Olympic Games here. One Yoni from Kenya, along with Marco Era from Canada.
He never run 140, 120 in the Olympics or something like that.
140, yeah. Marco Era ran 140, 120 and was pipped on the line by Wanyama from Kenya, who won the gold. Also included here, Gav, we have people like Bryce Hoppet from the US, Tuel from France, who has been having a great season, but missed out on the Olympic finals, is also included. So this should be a good race. This should be a good race.
I bet they'll break 143 for sure. Yeah,
definitely 143. Looking for at least a time of 142 low. A couple of men here who have run 141 this season, Gabi. Yeah. So we're definitely looking for something special from those. You had asked me about some information for Antonio Watson. So let me see if I can pull up some information. Antonio Watson, PB over 200 meters. Antonio Watson. All right, so we know 44.31 is his PB. In the 400 meters, his 200 meter PB is 20.84. Still a bit away to go, but I'm sure he would have run that as a junior, Gavi.
Yeah.
So still a young man, still a lot of development to happen. So I think he could definitely come down to the 200 meter. Jamaica at this time, Bridget, lacking in quality 200 meter runners, would definitely want some representation at the 200.
We have on the horizon is young Level.
Level who is there as a 200 meter specialist, but you get the feeling that we need some of the 100 meter sprinters to go up to 200. It would benefit their
some of the hurdlers. Like, what about young Vashiani from that hurdler? To me, he has a body when he could have run 200.
200, yeah, he have height and kind of slender. It's food for thought. You get the feeling when you look at him, you get the feeling of a Warren Weir.
Like a Area Knighton type body.
Area Knighton kind of body and a Warren Weir kind of body. He could actually make that transition. But let's see. We find a lot of people. I don't know why we have seen this.
Everybody wants to run the 100 now. Everybody wants to run the 100.
Or the 400. See, but everybody wants to sprint, and if we're not sprinting, everybody wants. So we have a showdown in this 800 meter again, Gava, between the gold and silver medalists from the Olympic Games. We have one Ioni striking at the 200 meter mark, taking over from Europe. Let's see, going into the home stretch. Europe is still poised. Big fella Europe. from Canada, former Kenyan. Into the home stretch I come. We have a race on our hands, but 1 yard is proving to be stronger. Europe making a move at the 50-meter mark, but 1 yard finding an extra gear and wins in an impressive time of 1:41.11, Garvey. Whoa, world lead.
Wow.
Actually
World
faster
leader.
than the Olympic time.
World leading time, that, right?
World leading time by
What's
1
that,
yard.
the second fastest or third fastest time ever?
No, I think that's about the fourth fastest time. There were two men in the 2012 Olympics that ran faster than that, but I think that is either the third or fourth fastest time. 1:41.11.
Should be top three.
Very, very. 1:41.72 by Europe. So impressive running. 12 from France. Also, let me see what's 12 time. 1:42.30 for 12. So some high standard 800-meter running, Garvey. Wow.
And just to make people get the idea, that's like running 50.5 seconds for 2 consecutive 400 meters.
400 meters, yeah. If we want to equate this to, if we want to translate it to a 400-meter, Garvey, to see how this would be like a man running 43.3, 43.25. You remember? This is how impressive this run is. He actually made his move at 250 mark, Garvey, and sprinted for the final. He sprinted for the final 250, Virgin. Trust me. Europe, as try as he might, he went into lane 2, tried to make a move, but couldn't.
World record is 1:40.82, right?
1:40.82 by David Rudisha.
This guy could break it.
Definitely.
Given the right conditions, he could definitely.
Conditions. How the right kind of competition in a race like this. Who knows? When we get to Brussels at the Diamond League finals, if these gentlemen have anything left, because you know the Diamond League finals.
Next year, the World Championship would be a good spot.
You get the feeling that we might have a new track being laid down in, or that fast track that we saw in Tokyo might be the track that these guys are going to be running on. So anything is possible, but excellent time. 1:41.11. 1:41.72 for 12. 1:42.30 for Europe. 1:42.30 for 12, and Hopper from the US getting fourth. But great running over 800 meters. Garvey, you were talking earlier, Garvey, about just the possibility of some of our sprinters. I think something else that could be good for somebody like Oblique Seville. We saw him doing some 200 meters this season. He actually broke 20 seconds. I think that would help with his speed endurance. I think that would help with his stamina, building his stamina. I was mentioning the interview I saw with Glenn Mills yesterday on Sportsmax. I don't know if you saw that interview, where Glenn Mills was talking about being cautious with him at this time because of the frailty of his body, which in some ways I agree, but he's a seasoned athlete. He has been on the scene for a while. He was a boys champ star, did well at boys champs, and matriculated quickly to the senior ranks. So I get the feeling that we need to start seeing something we need to start seeing some medals from Oblique Seville. I think him going up to 200 meter, Garvey, could benefit him greatly if in terms of helping, as I said, with his speed endurance, with his stamina level. Glenn Mills was speaking about not wanting to bulk him up too much, fearing injury. But I think running some 200 meters, getting his 200 meter time down, I think he's at 19.9 now. Getting down to probably 19.7 would do the wonders for his speed endurance and could very much help him in his exploits over 100 meters.
Yeah, because I'm very much worried about him, back-to-back 2 championship years, big disappointments in the finals.
Actually 3, Garvey. 3 was
3, yeah, 3.
Yeah. In 20, he was 4th twice at the World Championships, and he went to the Olympics in 2021 in Tokyo. Ran in the semifinals and didn't make the finals. So.
And by the way, Pioneer, there's no reports of any form of injury to him coming out of the Olympics, right?
Well, Glenn Mills was saying that he was injured. He was injured, but he picked up a nick between the finals and the semifinals and the finals. he also spoke about, and we all know that he went to see the doctor in Germany before the Olympic Games. Glenn Mills also spoke about the said doctor coming to Paris to see him before. I think that was a day he ran in the first round, and then the doctor saw him after he ran in the first round. And then he ran in the semifinals and said he was feeling well. He said he wasn't even tired. He felt great. But then somehow, somewhere in the finals, he came up a little bit short, and he said he picked up an injury during the finals. So Glenn Mills said, as it speaks right now, he's doing some rehab. And if he gets fit and well, he will definitely be running him in a couple of Diamond League meets. So we'll wait and see how
and
he will.
He did not say what type of injury it was, right?
I think he spoke to groin. He spoke to something about his groin. Something similar to what Asafa had.
Oh, Lord.
I've noted also, Gavi, the interviewer asked of him if he thought it would be wise to have Obliques here, sports psychologist. And in the wisdom of Glenn Mills, he thought that was unnecessary. He thought Oblique was a very strong athlete, a very mentally strong athlete. And he didn't think it would have been, he don't think it will be beneficial to have him see a sports psychologist. But disagree with the legend on that. He's his coach. He probably knows best. But
Pioneer, I am seeing a comment here in the comment section talking about Jaden pulling out of the under-20 World Championships.
Yeah, we saw that.
I would say to the person who is leaving this message, what would there be gain to send him to the under-20 World Championships?
He has already won it. He's the under-20 world record holder.
What is he gonna be, a junior bully? We don't want that. I don't see any benefits of him going there.
I think that comment came, because I said at the end of the Olympics, and
I remember, but you say you weren't buying the injury thing.
Yeah, and I said I'm gonna wait to see how if he was gonna be included in the.
But I don't think this proves anything. I think this. Why? Where would be the motivation for him to get up? You mean you're just coming out of the Olympics to get up and go to under-20 World Championships? No. 2 weeks after the Olympics.
We address that, guy. We forget him. We could address Antrak. We have the women's 100 meters. The two Jamaicans are in the outside lanes. Williams runs out of lane 1. Nugent runs out of lane 8. We have Kambunji in lane 2 from Switzerland. We have Johnson from the US in lane 3. We have Samba Mayea from France in lane 4. Camacho Quinn runs out of lane 5. Nadine Visser from Netherlands runs out of lane 6. And Grace Stark from the US runs out of lane 7. So again, Akira Nugent has been drawn on the outside lane. Her fortunes in the Olympic Games running out of lane 9 wasn't that good. However, Danielle Williams, who I think runs well from the inside lane, she's in lane 1. So let's see how she goes in this women's 100-meter hurdles. Again, another high-quality field, Garvey. I'm expecting some great times here also. All of these ladies have been running exceptionally well for the season, as I said earlier. All of these ladies come in with times 12.46 and better. And 12.46, that time for the season belongs to Danielle Williams. All of these ladies have a PB that is 12.40 or better. So Akira Nugent will be wanting to make amends for her Olympic performance. Let's see how she goes in this one. Good competition by Samba Mayela and Camacho Quinn. Very, very, very stellar field on display here. Visa is also.
Could be another fast time here, you know.
I'm looking for at least at 12:30, 12:31 or somewhere there. 12:35. At least.
And I wouldn't be shocked if somebody goes in the 12:20s either.
It's a possibility because you have a couple of people here who, like our Pure Nugent, who will be wanting a little bit of revenge.
The pressure is off. It's a one-half race.
One-half race. Wanting look for something from Samba Mayela to even, I think, as the newly minted Olympic silver medalist, she'll be wanting to heal on the mark. The ladies are on their marks. Set, and they're off, even break. Great start for Camacho Queen. Camacho Queen making most of the running in the middle of the field. On the outside, Akira Nugent comes to the fore. It's Camacho Queen from Greystock from Nugent. Jasmine Camacho Queen in a time of 12:35, Garvey. Excellent running. So it's Camacho Queen from Greystock. Akira Nugent. Akira Nugent is in third, running out of lane 8. Season's best for Camacho Queen, 12:35.
Not surprised. She ran a great race at the Olympics. Was very unlucky not to win.
Very unlucky. She got the bronze. Good time for Nugent also. Both her and Greystock have been timed at 12:38. Visa gets fourth in 12:49. And Daniel Williams is fifth in 12.53 seconds. But good running from Jasmine Camacho Queen. She
was
got
it the bronze she won for the silver? Was the bronze?
She got the bronze.
What's such a blanket finish?
Blanket finish. Samba Mayela got the silver.
Okay.
So another good run from Jasmine Camacho Queen here. Got out early. Got to the front by about hurdle 3 and led for the rest of the race. Was challenged late in the race by Greystock, but finished with a flurry to hold Greystock and a fast finishing Akira Nugent. Getting used to running from the outside lanes, Akira Nugent, I'm assuming. As I said, Daniel Williams got fifth in that one in a time of 12.53. So excellent hurdling by our ladies. Nugent getting her feet wet and getting used to the Diamond League circuit. On the screen also, Garvey, are the men in the long jump, seeing Wayne Pinnock here going out for his first jump. That looks like
he's been talking up a lot of trash, Pinnock.
Pinnock, yeah. Not an impressive jump, only 7.63 in his opening jump. So
he said he's gonna be 10 Tagaloo, so let's see if he can do it.
I'm sure that he'll be wanting revenge. He seems a bit disappointed, Gary, with his silver medal. You got the feeling that he wanted.
He was fighting.
Yeah, man. He his body language in after the event spoke to him, showing a little bit of disappointment. So the women's hurdles are out of the way. Next, we're going to be having the 1,500 meters for men, and that will come up in a little while from now. So we'll kind of be focused on the men's long jump for a little while. To the conversation regarding Hibbert now, Garvey, that the comment came upon. As I said, Garvey, there's not much for Hibbert to be going to the World Juniors for. He is already World Junior champion. And let me admit, I might have been a little harsh on the young man. I know the Fortis Nation, I was a little bit disappointed in my comments, but such is the nature of track and field, and such was my disappointment in terms of him not medaling or him failing to take that final jump. But that's behind us. We wish him well going forward. We hope that he will get healthy, and we might see him on the circuit a couple of times, because I think the Diamond League circuit, Garvey, does something for these young athletes. It helps for me. It helps to strengthen their resolve. It gives them a little bit of steel, in terms of participating against these big guns, especially on the European circuit, where you have big crowds and cheering fans. It replicates somewhat the Olympic and the World Championship environment, the high quality competition, the big crowds, and it gives them that. It helps to strengthen the resolve. It gives them that toughness that will definitely, help them to perform well at these big championships. So we're hoping that Hibbert will get healthy, and we might see him on the Diamond League circuit before the season ends. All right, because next year again we have the World Championships. I definitely would like to see him, taking that next step and getting on the podium at the World Championships. The ladies are The ladies are participating in the shot put. Daniel Thomas, that is lying in 5th with a best throw of 18.78 at this time. Wish her well. She too, like Lamara Destin, expressed some amount of disappointment in not making the final. Let me see if I can find the results of the women's looking at the women's. So it hasn't. We haven't gotten the result yet. So I was trying to find the results for the women's high jump. I think that is in progress now as we speak, but I'm not seeing any results or any marks for these ladies. That was stated to begin at 110, and we are now 130, so that should be on its way. But as I was saying, Garvey, that Daniel Thomas, that she also expressed some disappointment in not. So the shot put has been completed. Grace from the US has won it. Daniel Thomas Dad has got 5th in that one with a best mark of 18.78. And I'm seeing as we speak the women's high jump on screen right now. So we'll look to see how Lamara Destin goes in that. Women's shot put results. Chase Jackson from the US winning that with a throw of 20.64. German Ogolini second. And by the way, that 20.64 is a season's best for Grace Chase. Ogolini from Germany, 19.55 meters for second. Mitten from Canada, 19.52 for third. And Raven Sanders from the US in 4th with a throw of 19.08. And our very own Daniel Thomas Dodd, 18.78, finishes in 5th in that one. The men's 1,500 meters are on track as we speak. And we're looking forward for the rest of the season, Garvey. It's good to see that the coaches from MVP have thought to put Kishane Thompson on the Diamond League circuit, Garvey. Can only be a good thing for the young man. Looking forward to seeing how I'm gonna pull up the lineup, Garvey, for the Rome Diamond League. Or I think let me see if he's running in Silesia. But definitely looking forward to seeing how he will bounce back from the small disappointment. And like you, Garvey, I too agree that it's kind of foolhardy for people to be saying that he failed. A silver medal at the Olympic Games cannot be seen as a failure, especially for a first-time Olympian, Garvey. First Olympics, first major championships.
Of any kind.
Go again, Garvey.
Of any kind. He didn't even represent Jamaica in the junior
ranks. Didn't represent Jamaica at the junior ranks. So first big meet of any kind. And not running far off his PB, that 9.79. Very, 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 very good. Very good outing by the young man. Might have had a few small, might have had made a few minor mistakes in terms of his race execution, but we can only lift the hat to him.
No one else use the experience and get the better of him.
There you go. And lane assignments, lane draw, just execution. I'm sure that race, I'm sure Garvey, he will remember that race for the rest of his life. I'm sure he'll take that experience going forward. And we are going to, for me, barring injury, we are going to see the best of this young man. I'm looking forward to seeing him have a wonderful career going forward. Over the 100 meters, we hear talks of him saying that he wants to change his range and go 200 meters. Though for me, Garvey, personally, based on how I see his build, I'm not sure how that will,
Right.
I don't think, I'm not seeing that for him. However, he mentioned that in one of his
It would
in
be
what
good to see him run a few 200s to like help the end part of his race a little bit, maybe.
definitely. But what the fear of him, Gav, is body type.
Yeah. The curve.
Yeah, the curve. I don't think that muscular, tall muscular. We have not seen a lot of tall
Well,
muscular.
we saw one, Ashmead, but I mean, he would have been an anomaly.
Yeah, but I don't think in terms of height, I don't think Ashmead was that tall in terms of.
No, it wasn't that tall. It was just,
Yeah,
but it was very muscular though.
very muscular. Blake, we remember Blake too, very muscular, but a bit short. But the tall muscular body type, I think Kishane is a 6'2". We haven't seen that kind of body type doing well over 200 meters. But I mean, if he thinks it is something that will help him in the future, I'm sure that he'll be guided by his coach, Stephen Francis. And let's see how he will, fare in the future. But no, in no way can you call his you can't call his silver medal a disappointment in any way. I mean, personally, the young man might be disappointed, but to say that he failed, in no way can you say that he failed in at the Olympics. Great result for him. Actually, what was he? The only Jamaican man? No. He himself and Bradley. So one of two Jamaican men to win a individual medal on the track. So we can only say kudos to the young man, and we just wish him the best going forward. On screen we have the men's 1500 meter featuring the Norwegian star himself, Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Seen him going to the front. Cole Hacker from the US, who is the Olympic champion, is also included here. Let's see, I'll pick up the commentary when it comes to the finish. So we have Ingebrigtsen leading, Kessler from the US, and Hacker as a part of the chasing pack. They are coming into the home stretch. No, this is this penultimate lap. This is not the home stretch. Penultimate lap. Ingebrigtsen leading. Ingebrigtsen sprinting down the home stretch. It's actually the home stretch. Sprinting, going for a very quick time here. Let's see what the clock stops at. 3:27. 3:27. Meeting record for Ingebrigtsen. Cole Hacker gets second. And Kessler from the US get third. Ingebrigtsen, little bit of revenge for Ingebrigtsen, Garvey.
If you call it. Yeah.
Defeating Cole Hacker, who won at the Olympic Games. But excellent time to 3:27.83, a meeting record to defeat Cole Hacker. Ingebrigtsen, as for those who follow track and field would know that he has suffered a couple of disappointments over this distance in a couple of the big meets. I've lost the 1500 meters at the World Championships and at the Olympic Games. He seemed to fare better over 5,000 meters when it comes on to these big meets. But here at the Diamond League, laying down a marker, getting to the front on the final lap, and running away with it to beat the two Americans. The American Olympic champion, Hopper, and Kessler. Finishing.
Couldn't hack it today.
Hopper couldn't hack it today. Well beaten by about 10 meters or 15 meters by Ingebrigtsen, who you get the feeling that in over the 1500 meter, these one-half races, Ingebrigtsen seemed to do better at these one-half races.
Yeah.
In these meets.
It's clear now.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially winning so decisively, today.
In such an impressive time also. After failing to do it. You get the feeling that I was looking at the clock, you get the feeling that he was going for a world lead, but he missed the world lead by a couple of seconds. Good time for Hacker also. 3:29.85. Kessler 3:30.47. Meeting record, as I said, for Ingebrigtsen is lapping up the ovations from the crowd. The men's long jump. We're seeing Tangalo here. Had a no jump on his first outing. Let's see. This is his second jump. Let's see what mark he gets here. A mark look like that's under that's under 8 meters for 10 tangle out. 7.61 is the mark on his second attempt. So still early days in the men's long jump. Let's see. I haven't seen any of the other Jamaicans. We saw Wayne Pinnock jumping out to 7. So Pinnock leads with 7.63. Nobody touching the 8
Very
meter line.
disappointed in McLeod at the Olympics, Pioneer.
Yeah, well, they were going to a big jump by the athlete from Switzerland, Emma. That looks like an 8 meter jump. Is it a foul jump or is it a legal jump? Let me see. Legal jump. And that looks like 7.99, and that puts him in the lead ahead of Pinnock. To your comment, Garvey, I also was disappointed by McLeod. Promised a lot last year, having won the bronze medal. The World Championship, was definitely looking for him to make a step.
And jumping so well before the Olympics.
Definitely. And we got the feeling that he was the healthier between himself and Pinnock. Pinnock had some issues coming into the Olympics. As we speak of him, we see him on the runway now. A good jump for him, and that looks like about a 7.9 meter jump. A 7 or a 780 something jump. That should put him in second place.
I'm a believer in Mr. Pinnock now, man. It's sure. Mr. Pinnock proved himself. He's a big stage.
Yeah, one for the big stage. Good jump by McLeod there, still leaving a lot on the board. That looks like about 7.85. Could have done a little bit more in the air, that's me. But long jump getting warming up for the men in the long jump. Let me see the distance. That's didn't see the marker for. I'll never bring up the marker. Let me see. Maybe just pull up this on the computer and see what was the marker for. Not a big jump there by the athlete from Croatia, Oblique. His first jump was 7.59. He seemed to have gone one better there. That looks very close to the 8 meter line. Excellent on the board. Almost perfect on the board there from Oblique from Croatia. And that is 7.89 for him. I think that puts him in second place. McLeod, who jumped 7.82, is in third place. But still early days, only two attempts by a couple of the men. And they have up to 5 attempts in this long jump competition. So early days yet. On track, Garvey, we have the women's 100 meters. And this should be a cracker. In lane 1, we have Van der Winken from the Netherlands. In lane 2, we have Dina Asher-Smith from Great Britain. In lane 3, we have Tia Clayton from Jamaica. In lane 4, we have Marie-Jose Talou from the Ivory Coast. In lane 5, we have Majinga Kumbunji from Switzerland. Daryl Nater from Great Britain runs out of lane 6. Tamari Davis from the US runs out of lane 7. And Lekun Kemper from Germany runs out of lane 8. So great field, good competition. Let's see what Tia Clayton does in this one. He's absent of any of the Olympic medalists, but a couple of Olympic finalists here in Nita, Dina Asher-Smith and Talou. So let's see. Kambunji, who is also a perennial big championship final, runs here. So let's see how Tia Clayton will go against this field. You call something for Tia here, Give me a prediction for Tia, no?
This is a field she's supposed to win.
Right, she's supposed to win this. Give me a time.
She probably run like 10-9.
I think she got. I look for a 10-8 something. 10-86, 10-83, somewhere that's
Yeah, well, not 10-9. I mean 10-9 flat. Yeah, like a 10-9,
yeah.
somewhere around there.
She should get competition from Nita and Dina Asha Smith. And let's see what form Talu is in. She too would have been a little bit disappointed from her exploits, failing to medal again at a major. So let's see how Tia Clayton will fare against the ladies. She has been in Europe. She has been training, according to her coach. So she should be doing well here. So looking for the running between Tia Clayton, Marie Jose Talu, Dina Asha Smith, and Nita from Great Britain. They're on their marks. The starter has called them up. This looks like if one of the ladies had raised their hand, so they're up and getting behind their blocks again. So, a little bit of jitters from lane 1. Green card shown to the entire field. So the ladies are again behind their blocks. We're good to see Tia running a PB here, Gabby. I love to see 1083.
Her PB is what? 1086, right?
1086, yeah. Well, I love to see a 1083 marker being laid down here, you know. So, and she has a quality feel, you know, for kind of push her in terms of, you know, doing a good time.
But what would that say about her finals performance, though?
Still, I give her some grace now, Gabi. Still, they're off. Good start for Tia Clayton. Excellent start for Dina Asha Smith, who is out front. Dina Asha Smith. Here comes Tia Clayton. Dina Asha Smith. On the outside, that looks like Nita. So Dina Asha Smith in 1087 for Dina Asha Smith. She dismissed the field. Tamara Davis gets second. Kambunji is third. And Talu is fourth. Tia Clayton finishing up in 5th, so 1088 for Dina Asha Smith. She came out of the blocks like a gun, running into a headwind of 0.4 meters per second. So great time for Dina Asha Smith. Tamara Davis got second in 10.97. Tia Clayton was 5th in 11.10. Kambunji got third. Not a good outing by. I don't know, I want to see the replay, Harvey. At a point, Dina got out like a shotgun. Tia was in second for the first part of the race, then Tamara Davis came forward, but then Tia faded. She faded at about 50 meters and 11.10. Looking at her execution, great through her drive phase, but then didn't have much power finishing. Something seemed a little bit off with her last 40 meters.
I'm surprised she's running doing a pioneer, to be honest. I'm very surprised she's running.
Well, they're in Europe, you know. You must have MVP still have their camp in Europe, you know. Yeah,
but I mean, based on what we did hear and see during the last the last race of the Olympics, I never expect to see her again, to be honest.
I'm sure she would have been, you know, passed as healthy. Season best for Dina Asha Smith. Wow. 1088 Dina looking good.
Look like all the front of horses, them lay them over there, pioneer, man.
Whoa. So let's see. We're going to see. Early days yet. So let's see. Early days yet.
Something going through the barn. Bad bug going through the barn.
Probably a little bit, probably still a little heavy leg from the Olympics and probably heavy leg from training still. Tentangalo with his second attempt, 7.87. I think that moves him up to about second or third place. Nobody breaking the 8-meter mark yet in the long jump pit. 7.87 for Tentangalo. Seen Furlani from Italy, who is the Olympic silver medalist. He had a first attempt of 773. Another good jump by him. Looked like a little bit shy of the 8-meter mark again for Furlani. That looked like about 7.8 again. 7.8, 7.7, maybe about 7.7. Distance comes up at 7.73. He's in 6th place on the second attempt for Furlani. But 7.78 for that attempt. 7.78. I'm trying to pull up the lineup for the Silesia Diamond League men's 100 meter grab. They say who we have now. We have the women's 100 meters. We have a men's 100 meter tournament. So let me see who we have running there. I don't think it's a Diamond League event though. Oh, so all right. So we have a men's 100 meter Garvey that is on Sunday in Silesia. Yeah, you Garvey? Garvey, you there?
Yes, fine. I'm here. No, I'm here.
I'm saying the Silesia Diamond League that's gonna be on Sunday. We have I'll give you the lineup for the men's 100 meter. We have Ron Watson from Jamaica. We have Kishane Thompson from Jamaica. We have Ferdinand Omanyala from Kenya. We have Fred Curley from the US. We have Lamont Jacobs from Italy. We have Christian Coleman from the US. We also have Akeem Blake from Jamaica. We have Jeremiah Azou from Great Britain. And we have Chiruti Ali from Italy. So 3 Jamaicans, 2 US athletes, 2 Italians. So that's a 9 field, that's a 9-lane field right there, Garvey. Good, stellar lineup. Kishane Thompson.
Only Noah and Tibogo would be missing there.
Yeah, Noah and Tibogo missing. And I think Tibogo will be running the 200 meters. I think
today, right?
He's going to be running the 200 meters today. So let me see if there's also a 200 meters being run. There's also a 200 meters that's going to be run. So yeah, man, 200. He's going to run the 200 meter also. That's another stellar lineup again over the 200 meters. We're going to have Benerick. We're having Joseph Fambule. We have Kyrie King. We have Arian Knighton. We have Masungwana from South Africa. We have Akando from Dominican Republic. And we have Leslie Tibogo. So both 100 and 200 meters fields at the Silesia Diamond League are going to be stocked on the men's side.
Yeah, definitely.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to see how Kishane Thompson will bounce back from that one. In the women's 100 meters again, Garvey, I think we're going to be seeing Tia Clayton. We're going to be seeing quite a number of the ladies we saw here running today. As we speak, the women's 3,000 meters are on track. I'll give you the final when it comes down to the final lap of that race. But looking forward to Silesia. In the 100 meters, which will be the final event on Sunday, we're going to have Dina Ashasimit, who we just saw, moving her season best from 10.96 earlier to 10.88, showing that she's in good form. We're going to have Tia Clayton again. We're going to having Bass from Gambia. We're going to be having Tamara Davis, who we just saw finishing second. We're going to be seeing our own Natasha Morris. We're going to be seeing Daryl Nita, who we just saw in the 100 meters. We're going to have Iwa Siboda, who will be home in Poland. We're going to have Marie Jose Perec, who we just saw, and we're going to be having Patricia van der Weeken, who we just saw also. So much of the same field. So we're gonna be getting Tia Clayton again. So let's hope.
One name I noticed missing there is Mr. Noah Lyles.
Yeah, Lyles. The American seemed to have ended here. I saw something where he said he ended his season. I was hoping, Garvey, that we might see another big showdown between himself and Kishane Thompson. But I heard him in an interview with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco on the Nightcap podcast, and he has said that he has ended his season. He has ended his season.
Mr. Thompson again, you know?
I think that might be the case. I was thinking that, one of these.
Like he might be damaged after that 200 beat down and get by Tibogo.
I make him powder. As I say, make the powder dry until next season. So
Yeah, go on and enjoy the crown a little bit.
Yeah. That's one thing to say. The back of Kishane Thompson for the season. So I'm sure that we just heighten anticipation for next season, Gavin. I'm sure that a lot of persons will be looking forward to see, what will transpire come the World Championships in Tokyo.
Pioneer, when you look at Noah is not a great all-time 100 runner. I mean, this is his fastest race ever, 9.79. So, with Kishane being young, when Kishane coming, I'm on him. Supposed to dismiss Noah quite easily, man.
Yeah, it should be interesting because next year Noah will go into the World Championship as the world champion. You'll figure that he wants to defend. As a matter of fact, he goes into the World Championship next year, Garvey. And as a matter of fact, if you think the pressure will be great this year, come next year at the World Championship, the pressure is going to be even greater for him. Mind you, it's the Olympic Games and it carries a bigger prestige. But he enters the World Championships next year as the double sprint champion. He'll be under pressure from people like Kishane Thompson in the 100 meters. And then having just lost the 200-meter Olympic title to Thibaut, he's going to be under immense pressure again to retain what he considers to be his. I've heard him say, Garvey, that the 200 is his wife and the 100 meter is his mistress. Now he claimed his mistress at the Olympics and lost his wife. I'm sure at the World Championship.
I think next year he might be lonely because I don't see him winning any of them next year.
What's it? Next year, without a partner next year, yeah. What is it?
He will be a board man next year.
Yeah, well, that should be some interesting. That will be very, 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 very interesting come next year at the World Championship. But I'm not seeing. I've heard anything from Shakara Richardson either, Garvey. I don't know if she too has ended her season.
Shakara seems to be partying. I only see her on TikTok and Instagram these days.
Yeah, haven't heard anything from Gabby Thomas either. I think I'm gonna suspect that she might have ended her season also. Yeah. Haven't heard anything from Sydney McLaughlin-Laverne. I'm suspecting that she has ended her season. Heard from Ray Benjamin that his season is done. Quincy Watts, 400-meter champion, seemed to have ended his season also. So the Americans seem to have pulled up stumps, Garvey, taking home what they won at the Olympic Games. And not choosing to participate in the rest of the Diamond League season, but still have some quality fields that are going to be on display over these final Diamond League meets. All right, a few of the Americans too. We just saw Haka, who was a 1,500-meter champion, performing in these Diamond Leagues. So let's see. If we'll get any of those big names we just mentioned. As I said, Noah has said he's ended this season. So has Benjamin. Haven't heard anything from Shakari, Gabby Thomas, or Sydney McLaughlin-Laverne. I heard Quincy Watts citing that he's not sure that he's going to run again for the rest of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see if we'll see any of those big American stars on the track in Europe for the rest of the season. The 3,000 meters for women are happening as we speak. I'm going to see if I can pull up some results for the women's high jump. For the women's 3,000 meters, and this is a flat event per people, not the steeplechase, an event that is not run at the major championships. This is just a flat 3,000 meters, which is more a showpiece event. Let me see if I can pick up anything from the results from the women's high jump, which was going on earlier. I think I don't know if these are the final. I don't think these are the final results. Destin, 188 for Destin. She was in 5th place. I think she finished in 5th without the jump of 188. This seems to be the final results. The event being won by Silesia of these are not the final. Pardon me, people. These are not the final results. It is so Destin cleared. She's sitting in 5th. She cleared 188. So the event is still on. We have the 4 ladies from the Olympic podium. And there was a conversation earlier, Gavi, I heard it on the radio as to whether the World Athletics issues 4 medals. Because I remember that was a bone of contention. Persons were saying that they don't issue 4 medals for track events. However, in the high jump, which is a field event, we saw them issuing 4 medals at the Olympics. It was a gold, silver, and they actually had 2 bronze medals. And I think that is based on the count back in terms of the jump off, not the jump off, but the count back for the ladies. So in the field events, we have seen 4 medals being issued, but we have not, I can't remember an event, a track event, that we have seen World Athletics issuing 4 medals. So we have all 4 ladies from the podium in Paris in this women's high jump. Destin, as we speak, is sitting in 6th place. We saw the Uzbekistan athlete, Safina Saduleva. She is now in 5th. We have come to the conclusion of the women's 3,000 meter event. That being won by Welteski from Kenya, from Ethiopia actually. Kenyan, that's a meeting record also, 8:21:50 for Welteji from Ethiopia. The Kenyan athlete is 2nd in this one. Couple of PBs being run. Cranny from the US, who's 4th, ran a PB. But high standard at 3,000 meter running for the ladies here. Lamar Distin still have only cleared 188. Let's see if she has 1 attempt left at 192. So she has 2 failures at 192, attempting her final attempt at 192. She currently sits in 6th place. So let's see how she'll go. Let me see what's the next event on track. Should be coming up to the women's. We're coming up to the women's one. That was a 3,000 meter that was just run. We're coming up to the 110 meters for men, and we should be seeing Hans Parchment and Rashid Broadbell doing battle with Grant Holloway and Daniel Roberts from the United States. So all 3 Olympic medalists on show here. We also have 5 men who were in the Olympic finals in Paris. So this should be another cracker. Let's see if Grant Holloway will continue with his dominance for the season. Season best for him of 12:86 so far. Seeing Tajay Gill here on the runway with his 3rd jump. That seemed to be close to the 8-meter mark. He had 2 no jumps to start the competition, but that seemed to have been his first legal jump, and that's his 7.90. So 790 for Tajay Gill. Not a bad attempt from him there. Been struggling for the season so far.
And that puts him where?
I'm trying to see that they haven't brought the replacement yet. Yeah, they're trying to see what that gives him. But 790 for Gill, that puts him in 2nd. 799 is the leading mark. So 790 for Tajay Gill puts him in 2nd place. Seeing Olisega from Nicola Olisega from Australia making light work of 192 there. As I said, Lamar Destin with her mark of 188 lies in 5th. All right, and we're coming up to the men's 100 meters, 110 meter hurdles. Should be a cracking event, should be showdown.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm sure Broadbell would be wanting to get a little bit of revenge on Roberts and Holloway. Let's see
And
if
get close
Holloway
to that 30-second mark too. What's his personal best now, Broadwell?
his season's best is what he ran at the Olympics, 11.09. So but he actually has a 12.94 PB. One of the better PBs in the field. Hansa Parchment 12.93. Grant Holloway 12.81. Daniel Roberts 12.96. So Broadbell actually has a better PB than Roberts. Cardwell Tinch from the US, also at 12.96, also in the field. Jason Josephs from Switzerland, he's also one of the competitors. And Samanelli, who was in the Olympic finals with a PB and a season best of 13.05, will be a part of that field. So too will Sasha Zaya.
That 12.81, is that the world record, Pioneer?
No, 12.80, which by Merit from the US is actually.
Yeah, here is Merit. Yeah.
Here is Merit from the US, 12.80. That's actually the world record. So Grant Holloway threatening the world record, flirting with the world record. You figure that it's a matter of time, Gav, that he could get it. We could probably see him getting it in one of these Diamond League meets, post Olympics, with being a 1.5 race with the pressure off. You get the feeling that he has been in great form all season. Who knows? At one of these meets, we could very well see him, going for the world record. Let's hope that today could be the day. Could be pushed by a couple of the contestants here, and who knows? So we're looking forward to that. Also on screen are the men's javelin. That showdown between Nadeem from Pakistan and Chopra from India. India versus Pakistan in track and field, Gavi, in the javelin. That showdown that we have seen. Yeah, the interesting thing about that, Gavi, that has been a battle that has been happening from last year at the World Championships. They were 1-2 last year. Chopra took it last year. And then Nadeem kind of reversed the fortunes this year at the Olympic Games. And so the battle continues between the Indian and the Pakistani in the javelin show. But good to see the Asians coming to the fore in this event.
It's an extension of cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, man, the throwing. I was just about to say that is a throwing event, and you get the feeling that these Asians, are a little better at these do a little better at these technical events. So, high jump for ladies continue as I speak, waiting for the men to come up for the 110 hurdles, which is the next event on the. Hold on, that is saying we should be having that at 2:10. All right, it's now 2:07 on my clock, so that should be up in a little while. But in the meantime, the ladies continue in the high jump. I think Destin, let me see the markers here. I think Destin might be out of the high jump. Amara Destin, let's see how she did in the high jump. She has been relegated to 7th place. She has one attempt left at 192, but she's all the way down in 7th place. Seeing Patterson here from Eleanor Patterson from Australia, clearing the bar in her final attempt at 192. So 192 is the marker that the ladies are trying to clear now. We still have Destin with her final attempt at 192 to come up. She presently lies in 7th place. If she clears this marker, she will automatically be catapulted into the 5th spot, considering that 2 ladies above her have failed at 192. So she still has one attempt left at 192. We are now seeing the men in the 110 hurdles being introduced. In lane 1, Cardell Tinch from the US. In lane 2, we have Josephs from Switzerland. In lane 3, we have Rashid Broadbell, the Olympic bronze medalist from Jamaica. In lane 4, we have Simonelli from Italy. Daniel Roberts from the US runs out at lane 5. And Grant Holloway from the US runs out at lane 6. Parchment will run out at lane 7. And the man Zoya from France will be running out of lane 8. So excellent field. We have all 3 Olympic medalists on show here. We have 5 men actually from the Olympic final. So let's see how the Jamaicans will fare in this one. Very, very, very good crowd on hand to witness the Lausanne Diamond League. The Europeans continue to have a great appreciation for track and field.
Yes,
very,
they do.
Yeah, man, big tradition and very great appreciation by the Europeans. Sasha Zoya, remember him from the World Juniors, was an upcoming star, man. It's Flair, was seen as a rising star in the event, but not living up to his full potential just yet. Still a very young man. I think he is 21, so still have a long way to go. But Rashid Broadbell will be thinking that he's one of the athletes ascending in this event and will be wanting
Somebody asking a question there, what time the 100 meters running. I think they probably think there's going to be a men's 100 today.
No men's 100 meters. And no men's 100 meter on the card today. We had the women's 100 meter earlier. So the men are on their marks. Set. They're off. Clean start. Grant Holloway battling there for the spot. Gets in front. Running away, this one is Grant Holloway. Broadbell comes in on the inside and nips it. Whoa. Grant Holloway seemed to have been cruising at hurdle 7, Garvey. But Broadbell came from nowhere to win in a time of 13.10 to pit Holloway. Broadbell getting a little bit of revenge, 13.10. Holloway seemed to have been way out front. Parchment got third in 13.23. Holloway was second in 13.14. So Broadbell getting the victory in the Lausanne Diamond League men's 110 hurdles.
So before the Olympics, I had him as the only Jamaican to get a medal. The only thing is I said he would win the silver. Yeah, and I think they kind of took it from him.
Yeah, man, he got the silver, guy. We all think that he got the silver. We called it in real time the silver for him. But let's see the replay here, because Broadbell seemed to have come way off the pace there, guy. At hurdle 6. Let me see. So they're off.
Holloway probably hit a hurdle.
I'm trying to see if that's what happened. He didn't hit on the hurdle, guy, but Broadbell came off the pace like a bullet from about hurdle 6. He finished like a rocket from a gun. And
Broadbell is a champion, man.
I'm looking at hurdle 8. Holloway is clearly at the front. Hurdle 9. Here comes Broadbell off hurdle 10. And then in the sprint to the finish, Garvey, he actually won it in the sprint to the finish. So excellent running from Broadbell. 13.10. Just shy of his season's best of 13.09. Getting the win over Grant Holloway. Parchment in third. 13.23. Very good result for Parch there. Seeing Wayne Pinnock on the runway, his 4th jump. He sits in 8, and that looks like a jump that is over 8 meters. That looks like about 8 meters flat. That should put him in the top 2. He was in 8 before that with his first 3 jumps. Best attempt of 7.78. That is 8.01 for Wayne Pinnock. And let me see if that is the lead right there, Garvey. But big jump for Mr. Pinnock in the context of this competition. 8.0. That should be the lead. 7.99 was leading before. Now, I don't know if there was any big jumps while we were off screen, but yes, 8.01 is the lead. So it's Pinnock leading with Gale, with Tajay Gale, who is on the runway now in second place. He is now going for his 5th attempt. He has a best of 7.90. So let's see how Tajay Gale goes. Another jump peppering the 8 meter line. That might be another 790-ish, probably about 788 maybe. Kind of stutter step to the board. Still left a lot on the board here, barely hitting the board, and that is 7.92. That keeps him in 3rd place. So 7.92, his best attempt. That just by a fraction, just better in the 7.90 that he jumped in his 3rd attempt. So, as it stands, Wayne Pinnock leads with 8.01 over the Swiss athlete, and Gale sits in 3rd. But as we know, Garvey, we know the man Tentagalo is the man for the big times. He likes to leave it late. So let's see how he will progress with his final 2 attempts. All right, yes, so we just had the men's 110 hurdles. We're going to be having the women's 800 meters next on track, and that will come up in a matter of minutes. Not a good jump there for Eleanor Patterson. She clears at 196. Let me go back to see how Destin did in the women's high jump. So Lamar Destin in the women's high jump. She finished in 7th place. She cleared 188, but failed at 192. So she finishes in 7th, and with her best mark of 188. Still 4 ladies continuing in the high jump as we speak. We have 3 from the podium, plus Hansel from Germany, and they are the 4 that are left in the high jump competition. The next event on track, as I stated, Gav, will be the 800 meters for women. We have a stellar lineup. We have another stellar lineup, a couple of Olympic finalists. We also have our very own Natalia Gould-Topping, who was in that Olympic finals. Also have Gemma Riki. We also have Mary Mora from Kenya. We also have Georgia Bell from Great Britain. Not seeing the Olympic champion here, but still a stellar field for the women's 800 meters. And following the women's 800 meters, we'll have the women's 400 meters hurdles that will feature 3 Jamaicans, Rochelle Clayton, Genevieve Russell, and we'll have Knight also there, and they'll be battling with Femke Ball and Femke Ball from Great Britain, and Shamir Little from the US. So should be an interesting race. I'm sure Rochelle Clayton will be still a bit disappointed from the Olympics, finishing 5th. I'm sure she'll be wanting a little bit of revenge. Let's see how she will fare against the likes of Femke Ball and Shamir Little. But on the screen as we speak is the women for the 800 meters. Very, very good field to include people like Mora from Kenya, Gemma Riki from Great Britain, and we have the likes of our very own Natalia Gould, who is listed, but let me see what lane she'll be starting from. We also have Wilson from the US, who is going to be a part of this field, but very good lineup for the women's 800 meters. You get the feeling that these are the races that Natalia Gould seem to do a little bit better in, Garvey. These one-off races seem to favor her. She doesn't
Yes,
You get the
she
feeling
does.
that, she doesn't
Doesn't run the rounds well.
doesn't run the rounds very well, and you know, oftentimes we see her failing at these major events. I think her best finish was 4th World Championships a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
let's see how she'll go here. Approaching the twilight of her career, Natalia Gould has been a great servant of Jamaica 800-meter running,
Yeah,
picking up the mantle from people like Kenya Sinclair. And we hope that we might see one of the youngsters coming through. I remember a couple of years ago, Garvey, I don't know if you remember her name, a young lady who came from Manchester to, I think she ran for Christiana. Let me see, anybody in the comment section, any of the track people in the comment section can remind me of the name. I think she went to one of the World Championships. I think she might have gone to the 2019 World Championships with Gould also. Youngster. Came out of one of those Manchester high schools. I think she came out of one of the more non-traditional Manchester high schools and was doing well.
I think it was maybe Sparling's high.
I think she came out of Sparling's, Garvey, not Christiana Sparling's. I'm trying to remember the name.
I have the idea who you're referring to, but the name has slipped. But you know, Sparling's has a rich tradition of long distance running.
Yeah, man, definitely. Most of those schools that are in the hills of Manchester and Chilani, Garvey, seem to produce some of the better distance runners.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, but you get the feeling now that with Natalia Gould coming off the circuit, then the cupboard is gonna be a little bit bare, and one hopes that we might see, somebody coming through to take up the mantle from her in the near future. So let's see how she will go.
I always thought that Janelle should have stuck to the 800.
Janelle Bloomfield. But you have a point. You have a point, Gary, especially considering she was good from four hurdles all the way up to 15. I think she might have settled at the 800 meter. Might have been a better thing for her.
The reason why I like her in the 8, it's a Pioneer. I don't think she has the top end speed for the 400. She has more like a soft speed.
Yeah. You get the feeling that she has better speed endurance. So Natalia Gould getting caught in the pack. In the middle of the pack, just now as they come to the bell, approaching the bell, she currently sits in 4th, 5th, 6th split position, employing a different strategy here, Goalie.
Talking today.
Yeah, man, she's running from the pack. Normally we are used to her, and she's getting bunched into because of her diminutive stature. You get the feeling that it's not even the best strategy for her to employ. But as it stands, there up the backstretch, she's in 6th place. Atkins leading from the US, followed by Mara Bell, followed by Keely Hodgkinson. The field closing in, still tightly bunch, approaching the 200-meter mark. Gould fading all the way back, trying to make a move, but getting caught in the pack here. Mara leading from Atkins. Into the home stretch here comes. Still bunched. Mara. Gould trying to go on the outside, but fading. Mara running away with this one. Let's see the time. Mara running away with this one. 1:57.92 is the winning time. Gould finishing way down the order, about in 8th place. I saw somebody saying that Gould will finish fried dumpling from Mayday Pioneer. Who's saying that? I try to remember the name. I try to remember the name of the athlete. If you remember the name of the athlete, bring it up for me. Mara winning this one, 1:57.91. Let me see the minor places. Bell from Great Britain, 1:58.53 in second, and Gemma Riki, 1:58.73 in third. Natalia Gould finishing down the pack in about 7th or 8th position there. Got caught in the pack. Found it very, very, very difficult to work her way out. Finishing in 8th place, Natalia Gould. This strategy never seemed to work for her at all, Garvey. You get the feeling that because of her diminutive structure, she gets bumped and pushed around when she's mid-pack. So she might have stick to her strategy of running from the front because she consistently tried to make a move around the bigger ladies, but couldn't make any headways. I get the feeling that coming into the home stretch, she tried to swing wide and make a move, but was unable to because of the tightly bunched nature of the pack and fading down the home stretch.
That has always been my issue with Natalia. I don't think she ever figured out what is her running style in a fight.
Yeah, man. But based on this race, guys, when we look at this one, I think sit going to the front because she definitely can. She's showing that she can contend with these ladies when she's running from mid pack. Because when the race was about, she actually finished 8 in 1:59.68, actually breaking the 2-minute mark, but 1:59.68. Not one of her better times for the season. Tentangalo, who sits in 6th place, is on the runway with his 5th attempt. And he goes out with a big one that looks like right around the 8 meters mark, that maybe about 7.99 or 8 meters flat. So his previous best was...
You're calling it for Pinnock right now?
Well, Tentangalo will have one jump left. This is 7.97, and that puts him in 3rd place. But he still has one jump, Gavi, and we all know when it comes to that last jump, you can't count on Tentangalo. He has shown us time and time again that he's one for the big times, and anything could happen at that
but
last
this would
jump.
be nice for Pinnock though. I was reading an article earlier where he was talking of a mean game, saying he's gonna get Tentangalo. So if he does, that would be good for his confidence.
So definitely looking forward to Diamond League. A win under his belt would definitely boost his confidence. And a couple of people here with us. Gunners boss, big up yourself, first responder. Growbox. Man, I want to say welcome to everybody who is in the comments.
I saw somebody saying that the young lady you were alluding to there was actually from Media High. I saw them put up her nickname, Fried Dumpling, but I didn't see.
If anybody remember her name, man, come on, people, help me out, people. Natalia is on Mother's Time now. All right, Gunners boss. People, if you're in the stream, we ask that you like the stream as you come in for us, please and thanks. We ask of you to like the stream. Pinnock on the runway for his final jump. Let's see if this is his final jump or his 5th attempt. We're seeing Pinnock on screen. Wayne Pinnock on screen. He leads with, this is his final jump. He leads with 8.01, and this is his final attempt. Let's see if he can improve on his chances here. He's on the runway, barrels down the runway. That looks like about 7.8 meters, so no improvement for Wayne Pinnock. That looks like about 7.85 thereabout. But he still leads with 8.01. 7.85 actually. Called it right, but way behind the board, Gavi. He left the entire board and about the length of the board. So he hit that one good. Hit the board on that one. He might have had an improvement on his jump there, but way behind the board. But he still leads with 8.01. Tentangalo still has one jump left. He's in 3rd place. E Hammer from Switzerland, who is on the runway now. He's in 2nd. Let's see if they can deny Pinnock the victory. E Hammer. That looked like a big jump, but that looks like a foul jump. But whoa, big attempt. I think he let it all out there, but looked like he was slightly over the board. But that looked like what would have been a 7 point, a few centimeters over the board on that one, Gabi. But that would have been probably a 8.50 jump right there. But he finishes in 2nd, having fouled that one with his best jump of 7.99. So Mr. Pinnock still leads. Let's see if Tentangalo will deny Pinnock of this victory again. You know? We ask of you folks, if you're in the stream, we ask that you like the stream as you come in. And if you are here for the first time, we ask that you subscribe to the channel. This is I Am Short Sports. My name is Pioneer. Tentangalo on the runway here, Gavi, with his final jump. Let's see if history repeats itself. Let's see if he denies Pinnock again with his final jump. Tentangalo down the runway. And he jumps, and that looks like, if it's a legal jump, that looks like the winning jump. It's a valid attempt. And again, Tentangalo seemed to have denied Wayne Pinnock. That seemed to be a 8.2 meter jump. Gavi. Wow. Again, Tentangalo continues to prove that he is the man for the clutch. It looks like it's 8.06. And that gives him the lead and possibly the win. So Tentangalo again denying Wayne Pinnock on his final jump. History repeats itself from the World Championships last year.
Wow.
Tentangalo showing that he's the man for the big time, showing that he's the man for the clutch moment. And again, Wayne Pinnock is denied by Tentangalo on his last attempt. 8.06 gives him the victory. Wayne Pinnock will have to settle for second spot again to Tentangalo with his 8.01 best attempt. What can we say, Gavi? Tentangalo proving say he is a man for the big times.
Just have to tip your hat to him.
You have to tip your hat to him. If you have a meeting, you have to jump somewhere out time range. That's all you're gonna have to do. We're sure that if you give him any little shimmer of hope, he's gonna come up here.
Come down there and lay down at 850 jump.
He's gonna come up here, man. You have to lay at 850 or 8. I remember the last time it was 852 that Pinnock was leading with, and he jumped 854 to take the lead. So the woman, the action is happening quick and fast here, people. We ask of you, if you are here for the first time, we ask that you subscribe to the channel. We ask that you like the stream if you're on the stream. This is I Am Sure Sports. My name is Pioneer, and we consider ourselves one of the most credible Jamaican channels when it comes to sports. Also with me is my brethren Garvey, who is here. Check out his channel. He's Ball with Black Star. He gives you the best of all sports. The NFL season is coming up. Garvey is a man for the NFL, for those who like the NFL. Garvey is also the man, as he's proving here, the track and field analyst, and he's a very, very good, solid basketball mind. So check out Ball with Black Star. Check out the content over Ball with Black Star, people, and we ask that you subscribe. Support the Jamaican sporting YouTube channels, and help us to grow. All right? If you're here for the first time with us, and I am sure, we ask that you subscribe, all right? And we ask that you like the stream if you're here. On track and on screen as we speak are the women in the 400-meter hurdles. We have 3 Jamaican ladies here out of lane 2. Lane 1, we have Cockert from Belgium. We have Peters from the Netherlands running out of lane 2. We have Genevieve Russell from Jamaica running out of lane 3. We have Clayton from Jamaica running out of lane 4. We have the Olympic bronze medalist, Femke Bull, running out of lane 5. Shamir Little from the US runs out of lane 6. And Anjanette Knight from Jamaica runs out of lane 7. And Florini from Italy, she runs out of lane 8. So those are the 8 ladies who will be contesting the women's 400-meter hurdles. Let's see how Femke Bull goes here, Garvey. You get the feeling that she'll be bitterly disappointed from the Olympic Games, having been humbled in her battle with Sydney McLaughlin Laurun, so much so that she was run out of the silver medal position by Cockrell from the US. So she only managed the bronze at the Olympics. So let's see how she will go here. I think that she'll wanting to lay down somewhat of a marker here. The ladies are off. Femke Bull is running well, so is Rochelle Clayton. Rochelle Clayton makes a move. She gets to hurdle 2 first. Rochelle Clayton making most of the running here. Down the back stretch, Rochelle Clayton is barreling down the back stretch ahead of Femke Ball. Knight is in third. But Rochelle Clayton seemed to be the one making most of the runnings. Now here comes Femke Ball at the 200-meter mark. Femke Ball is making her move, but Clayton is hanging strong at the 150 mark. Approaching the home stretch. Here is Rochelle Clayton. She hurdles first. She comes into the home stretch first. Femke Ball is on her shoulders down the home stretch. Femke Ball now takes charge. She surges to the front. Approaching the penultimate hurdle, she runs off the final hurdles and runs away with it. Femke Ball wins in a time of 52.25 ahead of Rochelle Clayton. Let's see the time for Clayton. Clayton runs a time of Jenny Russell is third, but let's see the time. 3 Jamaicans coming in second, third, and fourth. But meeting record for Femke Ball, 52.25. Rochelle Clayton got second. 53.32 for Rochelle Clayton, 54.48 for Russell in third, and Antoinette Knight, 54.93. So very good placement for the Jamaican ladies. Very courageous run by Rochelle Clayton, but Femke Ball proving a little bit too much. A little too much for her coming in the home stretch, but courageous run from Clayton. She took it out early. She came into the home stretch, Garvey, out in front, but Femke Ball proving a little bit too strong for her today. 52.85, an excellent time by Femke Ball. Jenny Russell finishing third in a time of 54.28. Femke Ball went out a little bit easy there. Rochelle Clayton applied the pressure of the backstretch. Came on the 200-meter mark, attacked again and came into the home stretch. Hurdling first, had a little bit of a misstep on the first hurdle coming into the straightaway. But that allowed Femke Ball to take the lead, surge in front, and finished comfortably with the win in an excellent time. So Femke Ball picking up where she left off before the Olympic Games in terms of her dominance. As I said, she'll be a little bit disappointed with her performance at the Olympic Games. A lot of persons, including myself, expected her to pose somewhat of a challenge.
That was a meeting. That's a meeting record she did, Pioneer.
Yeah, meet record.
You know what's funny about that? She runs a meeting record and she's about 2 seconds behind the world record.
There you go. As a matter of fact, more than 2 seconds behind the world record. That was 52.80, and the world record is now 50.6. But no, that was 52. Sorry, 52.25 is the meeting record. So she's not, while it's not a full 2 seconds, but still way behind the world record. That was run by Sydney McLaughlin.
She's further behind the world record than where she beat the third place runner by a while ago.
There you go. Way behind.
That's crazy.
One wonders, Garvey, what will happen come next season with Sydney McLaughlin. Will she stick to the 400 hurdles? Will she? I don't think she has anything else to prove in the 400 hurdles. We'd love to see her going over 400 meters. We'd love to see her putting up some competition with the ladies in the 400 meters. I'd love to see at the World Championship next year a showdown between Paulino from Dominica, Sydney McLaughlin-Laverne, Nasir from Bahrain, who is coming back. Who knows what form Shani might find herself in. Our very own Nikisha Price.
Exactly.
So we'd love to see a big 400-meter showdown come next year at the World Championships. Sydney has done everything that you get the feeling that she can do. In the 400, she is the Olympic champion. She has won the world. She's not the current world champion, but she has won the World Championships on at least 2 occasions. She has won the Olympic title on 2 occasions. She has broken the world record about 3 times or 4 times. I think this is her 4th time breaking the world record. Or possibly 5th time. I think this is her 5th time breaking the world record.
I think it's 5. Yeah, 5. It's
5 times. Yeah, 5 times breaking the world record. So there's very little left for her to do over this distance, Garvey. So, you know, we just hope that for the sake of track and field and for the sake of great competition, we might see her, you know, coming to the 400 meters and, you know, offering a little bit of competition to the ladies. We saw Paulina running a brilliant 48-1 in the Olympic Games. You figure that for any of these ladies to get near to the world record, we'd require that kind of a field, that kind of a competitive field that would push them enough for them to try and get to that world record mark. You know,
what is the world record? 47.60.
47.60. Let me get it. It's in the
60, I think it's 60.
No, I don't think it's 60, but I know that Catch is the lady who has the world record. Let me give it a 400 meter women's world record. Well, you get the feeling that with how we see Paulina coming down, Garvey, and how she's advancing in this 47.60, yeah, 47.60, Garvey, you're right. 47.60 is indeed Marita Catch.
German.
48.17 was a time run by Paulina at the Olympic Games. And you get the feeling that if these ladies were to get themselves into a heated foot race, Garvey, we very well could see the world record being challenged. Some distance off from
It's a half a second, you know.
That's almost
over half a second.
Over
half a second.
Over half a second. But you get the feeling that it might require some amount of competition. Men's, as I said, the action is quick and fast, folks. The men are on screen for the 200 meter. We're seeing Fred Curley here running the 200 meter. He runs out the lane 8.
Yeah, this is the race I'm really interested to see. I want to see how
Here and 9 he runs out the lane 7. Let's see Tibogo, the Olympic champion, runs out of lane 6. Okando from the Dominican Republic runs out of lane 5. Joseph Fambule runs out of lane 4. And the man Jareem, the Dream Richards from Trinidad and Tobago, runs out of lane 3. And we have a couple of local men, Reese and Mamunte Hela, running from the Swiss, running out of lane 1 and 2. This is a final individual track race. After this, we have a 4x1, but that mostly will be contended by European women. It's a 4x1 for women. So this is the final individual track event. Tibogo, freshly minted Olympic champion. I'm sure you'll be wanting Garvey to continue his dominance over this event. Yes. Probably wanting to lay down a better marker than his PB of 1946 that he set at the Olympic Games. One gets a feeling that
if he beats that today, that would be mighty impressive.
Definitely. Looking forward to see what he has in store for us.
But a good field to push him though, so you never know. The field is strong. So.
I think Kenny Benerick was supposed to be a part of this field. It looked like he was replaced at the last minute, possibly by Fred Curley, because I think the original listing had Benerick as a part of the thing. So Fred Curley obviously has replaced Kenny Benerick. We're seeing Jareem Richards here. He's one of the men who ran in that 400 meters at the Olympics, Garvey. 43.8 and with no medals to show. So the standard as 400 meters of Garvey has gotten to a whole new level of 400 meter running. So we hope for a competitive race here. We hope somebody can push Tibogo and let's see if he can give us something impressive. So final race, individual track race on the cards. Tibogo has Fred Curley at 9 on his outside. Curley runs out of lane 8. 9 out of lane 7. Tibogo in lane 6. He has a Congo and Fambule on his inside. Fambule, we know, is from Liberia. He's a man who finishes like a runaway train. So let's see.
I think Tibogo might be Kishane's biggest competition for the gold medal next year in the 100 meters.
You get the feeling, though, Garvey, that I probably want to see Thibaut have him run 44-2. Probably want to see him go 2-4 instead of 2-1.
But based on the scheduling might stop him though.
Yeah.
What
They're
about
off. Good start for Thibaut. Good start for Knighton. It's Knighton making the running. They're coming to the home stretch. Knighton out front. Thibaut strikes. Thibaut attacks down the home stretch. Thibaut surging in front. Under pressure from Knighton. It's Thibaut from Knighton. It's Thibaut easing up at the line. 19.63 for Thibaut. Easing down at the line. Knighton is second. Curly gets third. But great running. 19.64 is the official time, Gavi. Thibaut stamping his class, Gavi, showing that he's a man.
Yeah, that's
over 200 meters.
I think he went according to pedigree there.
Yeah, man, he went according to the script. Curly running a season best of 19.86 for third. A Congo, 19.94, being the other athlete to break the 20-second barrier here. But Thibaut stamping his class, showing that this is now his event. As we were saying earlier, Gav, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next season come the World Championship with himself and Noah Lyles. Actually, Knighton led up to about 140 meters, Gavi. Thibaut put on him foot on the gas and surged to the front and won pretty comfortably. A little bit of showboating at the end, easing off the gate, pointing to the clock, crossing the line in a time of 19.64. Confidence being exuded by Leslie Thibaut, Gavi, showing that he's the man to beat over 200 meters now in the world.
Yes.
I said we are wait what will happen next year in the 200 meters. Good running for Fred Curley with a season best. Season best also for Akondo and Jareem Richards. Richards running 20.03 for fifth. Akondo also breaking the 20-second barrier with 19.94. Action is still continues in the high jump for ladies. As I said, 4 ladies a best jump with a best jump of 1.99. Machu kick from Ukraine. She has the lead as it stands with 1.99. Patterson and Olisega from Australia, 1.96, a season best so far, and Olisega finished in third. I think Patterson has 1 jump left, but Machu kick leads comfortably. In the men's javelin, we have the man from the heptathlon, Anderson Peters, leading with a throw of 8.49. So Peters, this is one of his stronger events, Gavi, even though he does the decathlon, but he's a very, very, very good javelin thrower. This is one of the events that give him his advantage when it comes down to the decathlon, but he leads this time. So action still continues in the field. We just saw our final track action. I have a couple of people in the stream. Again, people ask you that as you come on the stream, we ask that you like the stream. Sherika needs to step up to the 400 meters, says Michael Nemard. Gunnar say it's a meet and not a meeting. Rasta. All right.
The person putting up there is Barbara Stewart. That says the name of the athlete.
No, man, it's not Barbara Stewart. Man. Not Barbara Stewart. The moment me hear the name, I remember it, guy. It's not Barbara Stewart. I'll find it. I'll find it. Full data Barbara Stewart, family of Mayday. It's not Barbara brought by Veer. No, man, it's not Barbara Stewart, man. You know one of those names, guy, that you know when I heard, but it just now come out. But I will remember. Trust me. And if I'm gonna research it, I'll probably research it and. Hold on. Zenat as a pioneer. Peters is a javelin thrower, not a decathlete. Thanks for the correction. I'm mixing up Peters with what's the name of the decathlete. So Peters indeed a javelin thrower. My bad, Zenat. And that is why the viewers are so knowledgeable. I will give thanks for no say I can be corrected. You can imagine that, Gavin? I get correction from in the comment section. I mix up Peters, who is a javelin thrower. He actually won the bronze medal at the Olympics. I'm mixing him up with Lyndon Victor, who does the decathlete. So thank you, Zena. Thank you very much, Zena.
That's a Claudette they're asking if how Kishane did in the 100, so you can inform her that there was no men's 100.
There was no men's 100, Claudette Edwards.
But he's running when is it? Sunday?
Sunday. He'll be running the Silesia Diamond League come Sunday. And he'll have a very good field around him, including people like the bronze medalist from the Olympics, Fred Curley. He'll also have the likes of Christian Coleman, along with Rowan Watson, his former MVP teammate, and Akeem Blake. So that will be Sunday. That will be Sunday the 25th. That will be the Silesia Diamond League in Portland, Claudette. So no action from Kishane Thompson today, but we'll definitely see him. And I think, again, he runs in Rome on the 30th. So he's listed for both the Silesia Diamond League and the Rome Diamond League. So we'll have him there. Yeah, man, Zena. I just correct it, Zena. I mix him up with Lyndon Victor for sure. So give thanks for the correction, Zena. Victor himself is a very good javelin thrower also. So Peters, who actually won the bronze medal in the javelin at the Olympics, wins defeating the likes of Chopra from India, who finishes in third with a best throw of 89 points. Hold on. But they never done. My bad, people. This wasn't the end of the javelin. I called it before. He was leading. Now Chopra just threw 89.49, which is a season's best. And that season's best, let me see if that gives him the lead. That should give him the lead. Peters was leading with 88. So Chopra, Peters threw 90.61 for a meeting record. And Chopra is now in second. So 90.61 for Peters, a meeting record, Gabby.
Big throw that.
Big show. Still have one last action left on the track. It's a 4x100 meter to be contested by mostly European teams. We have Austria in lane 8, Switzerland in lane 7, Great Britain and Northern Ireland in lane 6. Switzerland fields 2 teams. They have another team in lane 5. The Netherlands runs out at lane 4 and Portugal runs out at lane 3. So we have 6 teams in this 4x1. Let's see if Great Britain will field some of its top contenders. I'm seeing Dina Asher-Smith here, who just ran an impressive 10.88. So Great Britain fielding a couple of their top guns. Netherlands obviously will have their big team also to include Kambunji. And let's see who goes for the Netherlands. So interesting 4x1. Austria in lane 8, Switzerland under 23. So it's Switzerland under 23 in lane 7, Great Britain in lane 6, and Switzerland's big team runs out at lane 5, with the Netherlands out at 4 and Portugal running out at lane 3. So that will be the final action on the track. If you're here with us, people, we ask that you like the stream. If you like what you're hearing, we're going to be here for the entirety of the Diamond League season. We have Silesia, and Sunday, then next week, we have the Rome Diamond League, and we'll have some big guns performing there. So the ladies are on track here for the final track event, which is a 4x1. Overwhelming favorites here would be Great Britain, because they seem to have been running their big team with just an impressive 10.88 from Dina Asher-Smith. She runs the opening leg here for Great Britain. So let's see how she'll go. They're off. Dina Asher-Smith making most of the running She has covered up the run on her outside. Great Britain with the first handoff here. A little bit of, I can't identify that runner down the boxes, but Great Britain miles ahead here. Let's see how they go. Excellent changeover for the second leg. They are Great Britain with about a 15-meter lead here. Let's see if this is Darrell Neat on the final leg. No, this looks like Landquist. Great Britain canting her way here. Here comes Switzerland with Kambunji trying to fight back, but Great Britain will win this comfortably, 42.04. Well, is that my bad, people? Was that the net? Great Britain, yeah, man. Great Britain won, meeting record 42.03. Switzerland was second in 42.16, and the Netherlands third, 42.83. So cakewalk for Great Britain, meeting record 42.03, way off their season's best of 41.55. Well, not that way off, but some way off from their season best, 41.55. So that concludes events on the track. Not their big team, because we didn't see Darrell Nita here running for Great Britain, but somewhat of a second string team, but including Dina Asher Smith, 42.03. Not a bad time, but not their season best by any stretch. Dina Asher Smith doing most of the damage on the first leg, handing over the baton, miles ahead. It was a cakewalk for Britain there. All that was needed was just some quality handoffs for them to streak away with the win quite easily. All right, we have Garvey, who just jumped out late. We're wrapping up the stream in a little while, people. If you're here for the first time, we ask that you subscribe to the channel. This is I Am Sure Sports. My name is Pioneer. If you're here for the first time, it's one of the premier Jamaican sporting channels. We provide the best coverage of sports, worldwide sports. We are as Enoch said, Peter's looking good. Yeah, Peter's looking good. Now, great show, 90.61. Excellent showing by Peters. Going one better. Yeah, man, we'll definitely be covering the Diamond League also, Claudette. We'll definitely be covering the Silesia Diamond League, no doubt. And we'll be here next week for the Rome Diamond League also. After this, we have 4 Diamond Leagues left on the calendar. We have Rome, then we have Zurich, and we also be covering, we have Silesia on Sunday, then we have Rome next week, and then we go to Zurich, and then we'll have the Diamond League final, the 2-day Diamond League final on the 13th and 14th of September. And we'll definitely be here to cover all the Diamond League meets for the rest of the meet, for the rest of the track and field season. So feel free to join us here. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Join us here. We'll give you the best coverage. We'll be giving you the best analysis. I'll be here. Mannings will be here. Gav will be here, and we'll be having some other host and some other guest analysts as the Diamond League progress. So I'll be signing out now from the Lausanne Diamond League. Some creditable performances from the Jamaican athletes. A win for Broadbell. A couple of second place finishes for Clayton and Pinnock in the long jump. But creditable performances by our Jamaican athletes. Few disappointing performances. Saw Tia Clayton running down the field in the 100 meters. Also saw the likes of Natoya Gould topping, finishing down the field. But let's wish those ladies better luck next time. We'll also be seeing Tia Clayton on Sunday at the Silesia Diamond League. So join us then, people. This is I Am Sure Sports. I'm Pioneer. And we ask of you, as you leave the stream, we ask that you like the stream, people. We ask that if you are here with us for the first time, you subscribe to the channel. As I said, we are going to be here for the entirety of the track and field season. And as you know, Mannings gives you the best football coverage and football information here. There's no better place to get information on football than right here on I Am Sure Sports. And as we are proving also, we are giving you the best of track and fields here on I Am Sure Sports. And we'll continue for the rest of the track and field season. So from the Lausanne Diamond League, my name is Pioneer, and we're over. And as Mannings man would say, we're out.
All right, people. The last Pioneer. You understand me? He departed. So did you enjoy? People, did you enjoy Pioneers coverage and commentary? I don't understand you know. If you did, just hit the like button. If you really appreciate the fine work of Pioneer and Garvey, Ball with Black Star, make sure you go and subscribe to Garvey's channel. And make sure that you hit the like button for the great work that Pioneer just put in. I mean, 2 full hours of great analysis, great coverage of the Lausanne Diamond League. And he will be back. I'm telling people that, I don't know, we soon have to be giving him some huge bucks to be on these platforms to deal with track and field, because his expert knowledge is going to be added to the major networks. He needs a job on one of those major networks, people, to discuss track and field. I am telling you, he's up there with some of the best, and that is no joke. That Pioneer. So come on. Just give him a big hand clap. Yeah, there you go. Big up yourself here, Pioneer. Yeah, man. Yep. Big hand clap for Pioneer, man. Fantastic job. Fantastic delivery. Fantastic coverage of the Lausanne Diamond League. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. All right. Make sure you also hit that like button. But I'm Mannings man. We have a video that is coming up in it's probably going on right now. Go and check it out. But I am Mannings man. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it gets to the end of our show, we say we are over and we are out of here.